Today I want to share with you a story that I read years ago. It's a little short, funny story, and I call it the barbershop perspective. And so I'm going to share this story with you, and I want you to think about, how do you see life? Okay, so here's the barbershop perspective. It says, the barber whispers to this customer, "Look, this kid here, this is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch while I prove it to you." The barber puts $1 in one hand and 2 quarters in the other. He calls the little boy over. He says, "Hey son, which one of these do you want?" The little boy takes the 2 quarters and leaves. The barber looks at the customer and says, "What did I tell you? This kid never learns." Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream shop. He says to the little boy, "Hey son, may I ask you a question? Why did you take the 2 quarters instead of the dollar bill?" The boy licked his ice cream cone and simply said, "Because the day that I take the dollar, the game is over." I love that story. It's all about perspective. How do you see things in life? Now, my question to you is, are you the barber? Are you the customer? Or are you the little boy? The barber, I believe in this story, is that person who has become jaded. He's single-minded. He only sees what's right before him. He's not wondering why the little boy does the things that he does. He's not seeing any value. He is talking negative. He is laughing at the little boy. A lot of things in his perspective have from his perspective, it appears that he's become jaded and he sees things from a negative perspective. The customer is that person that says why. He's not willing to just take at face value what others have told him. He wants to dig. He wants to seek information. He wants to see if indeed what is presented before him is exactly what's going on. Then there's the little boy. The little boy sees the value in the process. He's the dreamer. He's the one that sees, regardless of what other people think about me, regardless of what they're saying about me, there is a place that I'm trying to get to. And I'm going to continue going through this process so that I can get those things that I'm after. I look at us as probably at some points in our lives having each of those perspectives inside of us. I was thinking about this, and to be honest, there was a time in my life, if I would be real transparent, where I was the barber. Things, hurts, circumstances, situations had allowed me to become jaded, had allowed me to have tunnel vision. I only saw things from my perspective. I didn't take the time to be like the customer and seek understanding. I didn't take the time to see, was there any other perspective that could be had, or was there another perspective that might even serve me better? That's what hurt can do. That's what sometimes, if we allow it, if we're honest with ourselves, when we feel like we failed, that's what it can do. It can create those walls and we get stuck. But there was also a time where I was the little boy. I hope the little boy is inside of each of us, where we're dreaming, where we're seeing life as the way it could be, where we're blocking out what others are saying because they don't see the vision. They haven't heard the God-ordained vision. They haven't heard what it is that God has told us. They haven't seen the ice cream shop. I think the ice cream shop are those places that God says, I will sit you in heavenly places here on earth. So they haven't seen it, so they don't understand. I hope that dreamer, the little boy, is inside of all of us. And then, in order for us to get to that ice cream shop, in order for us to start seeing things like the little boy, I do believe as adults and as we're maturing, we have to have the customer perspective. We have to be willing to seek understanding. And all thou getting, get understanding. We have to understand the why. Even when God gives us vision, even when God gives us purpose, we need to do introspection. We need to start digging in and say, why do I want to serve single mothers? Why do I want to serve parents with special needs children? Maybe as you do the introspection, you'll find and remember back to situations in your own life that you went through that helped to shape and mold you. So we want to do introspection. We want to get the why. That is the key. That is the thing that's going to keep you motivated through the process. The little boy already knew the why. The little boy knew that I take the 2 quarters so that I can get to the ice cream shop over and over again. He knew the why. In our lives, the why that we are doing things, the motivation that as to the reason that we're doing things, that's what's going to keep us moving forward. The purpose that we are seeking, that's what's going to help us tear down every single wall that comes before us. That's what helped the little boy be able to not worry about what the barber was saying. So I just wanted to come on and challenge you with this little story, the barbershop perspective. I want you to ask yourself, which personality do I take on most often? And then ask yourself, is that perspective serving me well? If not, maybe it's time to take another look. Maybe it's time to see a new perspective. Find the value in the things that are in your life. Find the value in the people that are in your life. Find the value in the purpose that God has specifically placed you here for and has uniquely equipped you to do. I'm Stephanie Nchege of Finally Living Coaching.